Let's say good morning to Sam and Jennifer Dancer. Good morning, folks. How are you?
Thanks for having us, my man.
Oh, thanks for coming in.
Do we have a Kick FM intro now? Like, what would I say if I was doing this radio show?
You would say, go ahead and repeat after me.
Yeah.
Today's best country.
Today's best country.
97.9 Kick FM.
97.9 Kick FM. This is Sam Dancer.
There you go.
That's pretty good.
My job is going to be, yours very soon.
I don't think he changes his voice, though.
I'm trying. I need a radio voice. I'll work on it.
They, of course, are pretty famous around here and really nationwide. You've seen us do some stuff on our website about them. You've seen links on our Facebook page. They are part of the Broken Skull Challenge, which airs on CMT on Sunday nights. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the host of that show. Let's, I guess, first talk about how you guys got involved in this. Where did this all start?
We had a friend, Tommy Hackenbrook, who's a friend through the sport of grid and CrossFit that we've known for a while, and I was just kind of playing with him on some social media interwebs and
I love the word interwebs.
Yeah, interwebs. That's the new thing, right?
Yeah, it
is. Just messaged on like an open picture that everyone can see. I was like, hey, I want to do that. I want to play. Just kind of messing around, and some CMT producers got a hold of me and just said I'd be a perfect candidate for it. And I did a quick little interview process. They found out about my wife through my social media, and I told them a little bit about her background as a professional soccer player and a podium finisher at the CrossFit Games and such, and they're really excited about her. So we might very well be the first couple to be on the CMT's Broken Skull Challenge.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you both been doing the CrossFit thing?
I've been a little bit longer than Jennifer. Jennifer finished up her soccer career maybe just over 2.5 years ago. And right after that, dove right into the CrossFit stuff. We got married, and we've been kind of moving around ever since, and just kind of spreading our knowledge as much as we can across the country with this whole fitness stuff.
Now, it's more than just you guys doing CrossFit. You own a gym here in town that's dedicated to it, right?
Yeah.
That's very, in the grand scheme of our vision and what we're trying to do, and how we're trying to affect people's lives in a positive way. That's very little of what we do and what's happening. So, we own a gym, and
you can tell us the name.
Please do.
Yeah,
our gym's Q-Town CrossFit, and there's some amazing things happening, in the building in regards to people's physical progress. But we're a communal type place. We're there to build relationships, and we're there to teach people a lot more than just maybe how to sweat. And we also we travel across the country doing seminars and just teaching people the same things that we're teaching here in local Quincy, Illinois.
Very cool.
But a lot of great things happening.
Very cool. Jen, tell us about what exactly, for those who haven't seen it, what is the Broken Skull Challenge all about?
The Broken Skull Challenge is basically where you're going up against other, for my case, it was other women. And what I kind of figured out by the time we left the Broken Skull Challenge is that we were kind of in weight classes. So there was a group of girls that came in after us, and we were like, why can't I wrestle against this small girl?
Right.
Like, why did I have to wrestle against a 200-pound girl who's 6'2"?
Right.
So I think it's kind of based off weight classes or a little bit of size. And then you have to go through different events, 3 different events, to make it to Steve Austin's obstacle course.
Okay.
And if you make it through those 3, you have a chance to win $10,000 by competing with the obstacle course as Steve Austin is yelling at you the whole entire time.
I'm sure he could be a little intimidating.
Which
Maybe
I don't know if
Nice
it's
guy.
intimidating
Yeah.
or
Really nice guy.
encouraging.
encouraging.
He's on the show. He's an actor, every bit of it.
Sure.
And he's an entertainer. But as soon as that red light goes off and it's real world,
Right.
he is a nice, humble, quiet, really funny, very, very funny.
That's cool.
He definitely retains a lot of his kind of his ability to have quick one-liners and say some pretty witty stuff. He holds on to a lot of that, but really, really nice guy, and it was quite a pleasure getting to know him and getting to chat with him.
Yeah, he wasn't scary at all. He was very, like I said, very encouraging.
Right.
You kind of wanted to do well just so he could yell at you, because if you were doing well and he kind of liked, he would talk to you a little bit more as you were wrestling or doing whatever you were doing, and so that was kind of fun.
Now, you were talking about how you had to complete some challenges before you got to his obstacle course. Mm-hmm. Did you have to complete those before you ever met him, or
No.
did you meet him in the beginning?
So it was kind of funny because I know it's the Steve Austin Broken Skull Challenge, but you're
Right.
going through so many things through the morning, starting around 5 a.m.,
Right.
that you almost forget that you haven't seen Steve Austin yet, and all of a sudden we're filming a lot of our walk-ups and interviews, and all of a sudden this big, huge, truck Jeep thing that he comes through and you're like, what's happening? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, Steve Austin, I totally forgot this is his grand entrance. And they don't tell you when he's coming because I think they want, your reaction and,
Sure.
and things like that. And he pulls up, he gets out, and like Sam says, like when he's on film, he's definitely an actor.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool and nervous
Sure.
at the same time.
I know we have video of when your team met him, too, that we'll be sharing online, too, so we'll look forward to that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So now, Jen, your episode has aired. Mm-hmm. It aired 2 Sundays ago, I guess.
Yeah, last
Okay.
Sunday.
Sam, yours is this Sunday.
Yep.
Right? Okay. 7 o'clock our time on the CMT. For anybody who missed it, tell us about what you did on your episode and how you did.
I started off doing really well. Like I said, we have 3 different events that we have to go through to make it to the obstacle course.
Right.
Event 1 was a little bit challenging and tough for me. It was called the snatch. So basically I had to run and get the sandbag in the middle of this graveled arena that they set up for us, and basically I'd either have to get the sandbag or drag my girl to my bell and ring it. It didn't matter if I had the sandbag in hand or if I had the girl in my hand.
It was a fight, dog.
I mean, it was a
Yeah.
fight. And the cool thing is a lot of these events only last like 5 to 7 minutes, if that. And the cool thing about ours, with mine, was it was 40 minutes long.
Whoa!
It was awful. And so not only am I wrestling, which is a movement that I'm not used to,
Right.
I didn't prepare for,
Right.
and I don't really know how to do,
Right.
but I had to wrestle in gravel for 40 minutes with a girl that was just as strong as me.
Oh.
And it was one of the best matches, they said the matchup that they've had in either of the seasons.
Wow.
Don't let her fool you by saying she doesn't know how to wrestle.
I mean, I quickly
she's-
figured it out.
She's tough,
Right.
man. Like,
I'm
I
sure-
wouldn't want to wrestle her.
I'm sure you came away with some decent scratches and bruises.
Oh, I have scars on my back because I was so bloody.
They wouldn't let the other girl on an airplane. She was so beat up. Like,
Yeah,
her
so she
skin
went to
was
the
all
airport.
ripped off, and
She went to the airport, and it was kind of around the time of Ebola as well.
Oh,
but
nice.
she went to the airport. Her knees were like bloody and oozing, and it was disgusting. I had to give her I had some pain medicine. I'm like, here. Like she couldn't bend her knees, and
so you
she
beat her up, and then you I'm
I
sorry.
tried-
Here, have
you
this.
end up
I
making
try to make friends with
some
her.
pretty. There might be, just like anywhere and anything you do in life. Generally speaking, when you associate with other people, 9 out of 10 of them are pretty awesome.
Right.
And same for this show. Most of the people that were there, they're awesome people. Great to talk to, and very loving and caring and wise and willing to share their story with you. But so it wasn't all just like everyone's got their head down and no one's looking at each other.
Right.
They'll make it
convey
seem that way.
They'll convey it like that on the show. But when it was behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
you're making
Right.
friends. Even you're not allowed to talk,
Yeah.
and you're still
Trying to make
making
friends.
friends.
Right.
It's really cool. It's
nice.
kind of gives you a little bit more hope for humanity when you start to see people
Right.
who are supposed to be battling and fighting against each other, and you're not supposed to talk either. And they set it up in a way to make you not like each other,
Right.
and try to be mean to each other, but yet we're still trying to build some sort of relationship with one another,
Right.
in the
Like
background.
hand language,
Yeah.
trying to get eyesight, like, hey, I know you, like I feel a connection even though we're not talking, but I think I could
Right.
be friends with you, and So it's just weird. We're not allowed to talk at all.
I would imagine there's a mutual respect among all of you. You're all there to do the same thing.
Yeah. It was a little bit easier, though, not building a relationship with them at the beginning because you're about to wrestle. And I had to go to another place in my mind for 40 minutes because I was pushing this girl's head in the gravel, trying to compress her lungs so she would give up because I want this to be done.
She says she doesn't know how to wrestle.
Right.
Listen to these tactics.
But, I wanted to win. I wanted it to be done as fast as I could. It's been 27 minutes, and I'm like, we are going to go all day.
Right.
None of us are going to get up. So you're trying to think of things, like you need to be nice, but you don't know about this person either. So it helps. So there is a strategy for them to kind of, allow you to be a little bit mean, but still have respect for one another.
Right.
But we met at breakfast the next morning, and I apologized to her. I'm like, I am really sorry. I didn't mean to smush your face in the gravel. And
that's the quote of the year right there. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to smush your face in the gravel.
I accept your apology too.
Yeah, and she did.
Right.
She goes, I would have done the same.
Right.
She's like, I tried to do the same.
Yeah, you're trying to win.
Yeah. It's $10,000. I mean, that's incentive enough to not, make anybody get hurt, but
sure. Now,
to get a little down.
Since your episode is aired, it's not a spoiler for those who didn't see. How did you finish?
So I ended up losing in the third round to go to the obstacle course, which is disappointing. My strategy was a little different going into it because I was in gravel for already 40 minutes wrestling. My body was wrecked and it was raw. And I did it. My third round, I had to be in the pit again to wrestle. So my strategy was kind of, let's see how fast we can get this over with and a good strategy. And it didn't work out for me. I lost. But next time I would have stayed in the gravel and just kind of grinded it out.
Right.
But I lost a girl named Emily who beat me. She was 200 pounds, 6'2", and she went to the obstacle course, and she didn't even finish it halfway.
Wow.
So it was disappointing for me because that would have been my jam, just because I'm a cardio girl.
Sure.
So that would have been really fun to kind of compete against and have Steve Austin in my face the whole time.
Right.
That was my goal, but.
Now, Sam, your episode is this Sunday, so we don't want to give away how you did, but tell us about your experience.
Pretty similar to Jennifer. I had a good time. I met a lot of awesome people.
We were both the smallest people there.
We were both pretty close to probably being one of the smaller people there, which is different for us because we're kind of in our sport. We're both used to being some of the bigger athletes. But definitely, and again, similar to Jenny, I felt that I was probably one of the more well-conditioned athletes there, and it's really funny how the show works, man. There was another really good athlete, the really, really good guy. This is one of the best CrossFit athletes in the world, and it just takes one little slip up or one little second of you thinking of what to do that allows it to not go in your favor. So it's a pretty interesting show when you make it a single elimination, like little quick fight to something, and when in these fights too, they have these little obstacles too. So you can be passive. You don't even have to make contact with anyone if you don't want to. If you want to just try to, go ring the bell without touching someone or grabbing the bag, you can do that. But if you want to be aggressive and you want to try to go sweep that person up and take them on the ground, you can do that too. So, it's a pretty simple objective. But there's a lot of ways that it can go, and it can go in your favor or against you in a split second. And another thing too, it was real exciting for me to get out to Hollywood and just kind of really see how that stuff works. That was really interesting.
I can imagine.
There was just the whole production bit. These guys work really, really hard. And the hours that they pull are crazy.
And then 2 weeks later, they're off the show and they have to find another job.
Right.
And
crazy.
So the life out there, that was really exciting to learn about, and just how a show is made. And it's so much work goes into making in regards to time-wise, such a small bit.
Right.
But there's a lot of magic involved, and there's a lot of... cutting?
I don't know.
There's magic's the best word for it. It's movie magic, and it's pretty cool to see what they can do with really just a bunch of guys or girls wrestling around in
we're
some
really
dirt
lucky
or something
too.
like that.
Well, we're really lucky that they didn't, like, I was really worried of how they were going to portray who I was or who Sam is, and we haven't seen his show yet. But
you're gonna on this show, they're gonna make you. You said, like, so when we got there, we had to say a bunch of lines. Like, they're like, so hey, say this, and you're like, okay, and then they're like, no, say it like this, and then you'll say it like that, and they're like, give me a little bit of this.
Right.
It's
just how kind of set up it really is.
Like some girl always, I already got some like hate messages, not messages, but like some girls like self-obsessed much. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Because my money for $10,000, I said, my husband and I are going to go get tattoos. Not like I was going to spend $10,000 on tattoos, but that's an answer. Like you give them 3 to 4 different answers of what would you like to do with the money. And since my husband was on the show 2 weeks before that, they're like, well, that's kind of what he already said. So like, you're going to go with the tattoo idea. Like I didn't have a choice. And I was like,
but
okay.
They know what they're doing, man. They know how to get people talking and excited and to get,
get people going.
To get energy into something. So, they got it going on over there, man. It was a really cool experience. It was fun to be a part of. We learned a lot, and I guess you guys will have to see what happens on Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday night, 7 o'clock CMT. That's when Sam's episode airs. It's in the press release from CMT, so I hope I'm okay. And I kind of asked you an email before, but something that just makes this, for both of you, to me, a little more amazing is you both have a couple of challenges of your own, personally, physically, that kind of makes the whole story even better. Do you mind talking about that just real quickly? Just
like our injuries and stuff that we've had in the past and things like that. Yeah, especially with me going through soccer. I mean, I've been injured here and there all the time. I've had 2 ACLs, a couple meniscus, separated shoulder, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I mean, Sam, go ahead and talk about what your injuries are.
Injury-wise, I think a lot of times people get really they raise a lot of questions about me being blind. So a lot of people don't even know that, or I don't use it as a crutch, and I don't really share it that often. But every once in a while, someone will give me like a hard time, like, "Hey, you need glasses?" I'm like, "Man, I'm blind. Like, give me a break right now."
Well, I just think it just adds to how much more amazing both of your treks through this have been. So it's
what,
it's
and really all I think that stuff should be is just a testament to if you're having any type of struggles, or you have say an injury, or you're dealing with something emotionally or with a relationship, that all those things can very well be conquered, and you can adapt to the situations you're in, whether it be a fight in some gravel, or it be your eyesight, or your meniscus, or whatever it may be in life that is seemingly a burden or a difficulty, that if you continue to kind of you work hard and you drive through it and you push through it, that you're gonna find ways to work around it, and just like anyone else, like for me to think about someone who is actually completely totally blind, like those guys they have adapted. Like it's almost like they have working eyeballs. Like they figure ways to get around, and they adapt and they learn, and it's their normal. So the way that I see, and the way that Jenny's knee feels, and so on, or we've made it to be our new normal, instead of something that's like pulling us down and being something that defies us. So,
and I think it's something too, is like it's built our character. I feel like that's we've gone through a lot of hard times, but like now we have a business, Q-Town CrossFit. Like if something goes wrong with that, it's not like we're just going to give up and quit. You're going to keep going and building. So not only pushing through in sports, or in the gravel, whatever you're going to do, it kind of plays into your real life as well. And I think that going through those certain things that we've done has built our character, and that's who we are today because of all that.
Right. Well, you're both inspirations. I mean, you really are. I mean, honestly, you offer good advice. So that's great.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you to say.
Well, we're proud of you both for representing Quincy, representing your business, and really happy that you came in. I feel like I've gotten to know you both fairly well. And very nice people.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Let's do this again.
Yeah, no problem. I know it's over, Sam, but good luck anyway.
Oh yeah.
And
maybe, we'll see what that good luck does for me.
Yeah.
I'll be in I think Arizona.
We'll be in Arizona this weekend.
But will you be back? I think
I'll be back in time Sunday. We're actually going to have, for everyone's listening, we're going to go to B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, at 7 o'clock in Quincy to watch it. We did that for my show.
Party there.
Yeah. We were out of town for my show. We were in Boston at the time, but our gym and a bunch of members and people who know us are going to be there. And we even had a lot of people who we didn't know kind of just join in because they were actually there eating dinner at the same time. But join us at 7 on Sunday and we can watch it all together.
You might have a few more of them now.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It is a really fun time, especially since you'll get the whole background and I get to kind of accommodate a little bit of it, of what's going on in his head as he's doing it. So that's kind of fun to know.
Great. Sam and Jennifer Dancer, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Broken Skull Challenge on CMT, Sam's episode this Sunday night at 7. We appreciate you guys coming in.